Hello everyone, hope everyone's still doing alright in this crypto flash crash, bear market, whatever you call it. And welcome back to the Baking Analyst channel. On this channel, we cover everything from cryptocurrencies to economics and personal finance, with a focus on yield farming for now. So if that sounds interesting to you, do consider leaving a like on this video and subscribing to the channel. If you're completely new to DeFi and you're wondering how on earth these people are staking their cryptocurrency pairs, and earning a decent sum every single month, I actually have a free online course that you can access on Skillshare using a free trial at the link down below. And you can cancel it at any time at no cost to you whatsoever. So with that shilling out of the way, let's jump right into the content. Today I wanted to talk a bit about crypto gaming tokens and share some thoughts on why I think these crypto gaming tokens, such as DeFiKingdoms and Magic from the Cosmic universe on Harmony, seem to have held up pretty well during the Bitcoin flash crash, and in fact have even reached all-time highs even as this bearish trend was building up. So before I start, I would like to preface this video by saying that I am not a gamer by any stretch of imagination. As you can see, I use a Mac, and therefore I'll be approaching this topic of GameFi or crypto gaming from a yield farmer's perspective as well as from an economics perspective. So first we'll be talking about why are GameFi tokens worth anything at all? And this is a question that I've been pondering for a while now and thought I would just share some opinions on this. Next, we'll be talking a bit about the value accrual theory. And this is essentially a hypothesis that made me realize, it might be a good idea to allocate part of my crypto portfolio to crypto gaming tokens. And then I'll be looking at my adapted farming strategy as well as potential farms to deploy capital into. So the first thing we want to talk about is the economics of this whole thing. Why are crypto gaming tokens worth anything? And why crypto gaming tokens have been pumping both towards the end of 2021 and even 2022 as Bitcoin enters a bearish trend. And the simple answer is that things have value because people believe they do. And this applies to basically everything. This applies to fiat currencies, it applies to Bitcoin, it applies to your college degree. It only has value because someone believes that it has value. Now, to visualize why things in-game currencies have value because people believe they do, well, we could ask ourselves a question, why do people buy loot boxes? They spend real money to buy loot boxes in games. Or why are esports championships, why are their prize pools so big? And this is a fun story actually, because I was actually hosting a friend over the Christmas period. One interesting observation was that, I spend time on a daily basis compounding my gains on my yield farms and also looking into new projects. And this friend, she spent a similar amount of time playing fantasy football. And then I learned that there were people who were putting real money into a prize pool that would then be awarded to the winner among that friend group. So why are people putting real money into these games when essentially they're unlikely to make any financial gain out of it? Well, I come from an economics background, and the first thing that I can think of is that people derive utility from it. People derive utility from playing these games, from doing well in these games, and from winning these games. And so it's just the same as us earning money. We switch this money for something that we think would bring us happiness or utility. So all in all, people buy crypto gaming tokens because they derive utility from playing blockchain games. And this is really important because this means that the value or the perceived value of a crypto gaming token is very much based on how attractive a game is to the players, like gameplay, game mechanics, physics, whether they use Unreal Engine, the graphics, everything like that. So now we move on to have a look at some of these GameFi tokens and talk about why I think GameFi tokens pumped while Bitcoin dumped. So as we can see from CoinGecko, we see that over the past 14 days, the first week of 2021, where Bitcoin has essentially dropped from almost 50K to like 41K, we see that DeFiKingdoms, basically a top 100 project by now, has pumped all the way to $22, all-time highs, and then of course retraced a bit. And then we see the same thing happening for Cosmic Universe, which is essentially a metaverse style game on the Harmony 1 blockchain, that has actually reached all-time highs as well in the first week of 2022, even as the rest of the crypto market was tanking. So why did that happen? Well, my hypothesis is that, the buyers of these types of projects are different people from the people who are stacking Bitcoin. The people who buy Bitcoin and hold on to Bitcoin might be people like leverage traders. They might have been liquidated in a long. They might have had to sell off their Bitcoin to raise cash to cover their losses in the stock market that have occurred in the past few days. Meanwhile, the buyers of GameFi or crypto gaming tokens are likely to be degens like us, yield farmers. They might also be people who are actually playing the game. So the behaviors of these two groups of people might be less correlated, and that is likely why we didn't see such a huge sell-off of crypto gaming or DeFi gaming tokens as compared to the large cap cryptos that have more institutional and mainstream investor interest. So now that we've gotten the economics out of the way, let's talk a bit about the value accrual theory, or in essence, why crypto gaming tokens might be a viable allocation to your crypto portfolio. If you've been around crypto for a while, you might have seen this diagram or this idea. The application layer, meaning applications like Facebook, like Amazon, they capture most of the value that is generated by the existence of the internet. The protocol layer, which enables the behind the scenes functioning of the web, does not accrue or capture much of the value at all. However, some have theorized that in the blockchain this is slightly different because the application layer is thin and the protocol layer is fat, and the value capture from this protocol layer could be in the form of the appreciation of a gas token that enables the functioning of applications on top of that blockchain, such as Ethereum. So this forms a basis for an analogy when we look at the shift from traditional gaming to blockchain gaming or DeFi gaming. So when we look at traditional gaming, value is mostly captured by the developers. Gamers pay for the loot boxes, and these funds go through an in-app purchase to the developer's account, and the developers make a profit. And basically the developers capture most of the value. The players aren't able to participate much in this unless they're an esports professional, because whatever they purchase in the game stays within the game. They are in most cases unable to sell it on to someone else in exchange for fiat money, and this changes with crypto gaming. So crypto gaming kind of, in my opinion, reverses the value capture structure of the market. So developers are likely to capture a smaller part of the value, and players and token holders capture the larger parts. And the explanation for this is that players capture value through play to earn games. They earn in-game tokens. They use this to buy in-game NFTs, which then appreciate in value if the game were to grow, and they are then able to sell it off at a profit if they so choose. And token holders benefit as well, because if more players enter the game, there's a higher demand for the in-game token, leading to an increase in the token's price, assuming that it is not too inflationary. And this includes us yield farmers as well, on farms like DeFiKingdoms and Cosmic, which essentially pay out these crypto gaming tokens, which have value in game, as the farm token. So finally, we want to talk about how do we take advantage of this as yield farmers. We might not be a community of gamers, we're just yield farming and looking for compound interest and hopefully value appreciation. So at this point, I think we all know about DeFiKingdoms. We have a basic yield farm. You can just go into your seed box over here in the gardens, and then you can deposit your jewel pair and earn some APR. And I believe it is like 30-something% unlocked right now. So these are actually not bad, given that jewel is already a top 100 coin. If you want to allocate some of your capital to a crypto gaming token, jewel would be a good bet. My approach to this is when this locked balance starts unlocking, I'm probably going to keep some of it in a jewel itself, just so that I have an allocation to crypto gaming if it turns out that this opportunity is something that will go to the moon. The other one I wanted to look at is a small cap, which I do think has the potential to become like the next DeFiKingdoms. And in fact, since I've started farming this, it has already done 100x. I know it is locked rewards. However, this used to be like 1 cent or even less than 1 cent, and it will be unlocking imminently in a matter of days. So let's take a look at the fundamentals of the Magic token. So if you're not familiar with Cosmic, they are a metaverse style game on Harmony. So as we can see, the farm token in this case is the Magic token. But the Magic token is also used to purchase things like in-game items. They're also used to mint new NFTs, in this case, virtual land. So definitely people who are playing this game are likely to need Magic at some point, allowing us to benefit from potential value appreciation of Magic if players start flooding in. And as we can see from the various Reddit updates that they've been posting, this game looks to be a pretty legitimate project. I mean, the graphic design seems to be on point. They're actually focusing on the gameplay experience returns, which is definitely a good thing because ultimately the success of these projects depends on the enjoyability of playing these games. And the market cap is actually only 10.8 million. And now I think at this point it is clear that, crypto gaming tokens as a farm token, they are definitely worth more than a simple farm token, which has no other purpose than a governance token or to be dumped and sold for something else and recompounded into a liquidity pool. So if we look at a comparable simple farm token, we see that, ViperSwap, a legitimate DEX on Harmony 1, they have a circulating market cap of 56 million. In my opinion, given all that we have mentioned earlier in this video, the market cap of Cosmic or Magic could definitely reach that of Viper if this game takes off. That is at least another 5x from here if we just look at the circulating market cap. So what is my strategy for when this pretty large balance starts unlocking? Well, as mentioned earlier, and as with DeFiKingdoms, I'm going to be allocating part of it towards these magic farms and, just stacking more magic just so that I have some sort of allocation to crypto gaming. We don't want to miss out. Probably going to go for something like Magic BSC BUSD. Of course, these are 95% locked, so definitely take that into account, and maybe our dollar cost average out of the rest of the magic once I have reached my target allocation. Of course, the risks of crypto gaming and investing in crypto gaming cannot be understated. The price of your token and the value of investment is directly correlated to whether or not this game takes off. So definitely consider your risk tolerance. I would say allocate a small part of your portfolio to gaming tokens. Definitely not financial advice, but that will be what I will be doing, and readjust accordingly if your locked balance becomes too big a part of your portfolio. So I hope this video has been interesting and informative. If you like this kind of content, do consider leaving a like and subscribing to our channel. I now aim to make new videos every week as a New Year's resolution. So hopefully I see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.